Hello and welcome to a look at the Amiga version of R-Type. It was released by Electric Dreams and developed by Factor 5, as you can see on the screen. The original arcade is from 1987 and was made by Iron Corporation and is considered to be one of the best and more difficult shoot-'em-ups. It introduced elements which were later, I wouldn't say copied, but it definitely inspired quite a few other games, namely the charge up beam and the weapon pods. As an arcade conversion, the Amiga version is quite well done. It's one of the best arcade conversions on the Amiga. And in terms of difficulty, it is both easier and more difficult than the arcade, I would argue, due to the fact that it runs about 10-15% slower, but the charge beam is actually weaker than the arcade version, so requiring more shots makes it slightly more difficult. But starting at level 1, which is a good place to start, I would argue there's only one difficult area in level 1, but having played this game quite a few times, I suppose it's easy for me to say that it's easy. Also, you know patterns, things can be rather complicated. So that's a weapon gun or whatever crystal thing, and you come in three colors: blue, yellow, and red. On the first charge, you only get a joule, or only I should say. It's probably a weak word, as it's indestructible and can absorb shots and take out normal enemies. As you gain more weapon gems, crystals, things, the power increases of the weapon pod. And here, the one difficult spot on level 1, if you don't get rid of that artillery unit down there, it can make your life quite miserable. So, stage 2 of the blue is a bouncing, reflecting laser, which is my favorite weapon, but I found due to later levels that it lacks the necessary firepower. Again, I have a weapon that's actually weaker on the Amiga version than it is in the arcade version, so I go most of the time with the red laser, which is, as you can see, stage 3 is 2 different colored lasers creating focused beam. A focused area, I should say, it's not much of a beam. First boss coming up. Possibly the easiest end-level boss in any game I've ever played. That's probably exaggerating it a bit, but avoid, fire a weapon pod into it, and then just shoot a few times and it goes down. I whiffed the charge beam. I'll do that a few times during this playthrough. The M we picked up earlier was homing missiles, and for some reason they can be rather selective about what they home in on. So, stage 2. First thing we see is a speed up, which we will ignore because I don't like playing with more than one rank speed up before much later in the game. It's a question of control, what you feel most comfortable with. And the challenge of this level is these crap-like, whatever they are. The ideal thing is to bait them to charge at you, so you can respond to them. When you get back to the yellow weapon charge crystal gem thing, you will see it in action on the next level. But this is another spot where the Amiga version is actually more difficult than the arcade, because of the fact that the swirling laser On the arcade version it has the first circle is much larger, so you can actually hit these things before they charge at you, making it somewhat easier to deal with. But then again, this steel snake's spots on its body on the arcade version will fire at you, and it will not do that on the Amiga version, so it's a bit give and take here and there. Level 2 boss coming up. Looks quite intimidating, but park on top, well, not right on top of it, because that will kill you, but park close to the weak spot and blast away. Not too complicated. So, level 2 done. And we are now going to enter the fabled battleship level. The exhausted engine here is placed lower on the arcade version, so the shape of the battleship is slightly different. And most of the panels you see on the arcade version are destructible, but they are not on the Amiga version, which is why I pick up this weapon. That cannon is not such a big issue, but normally you can see that square block in front of my craft on the arcade version. You can blow that away and then reveal 2 turrets underneath it and get to that cannon behind them. But because you can't blow it away, you can't get access to that cannon, so trying to deal with the cannon with any other weapon than the yellow laser is quite impractical. Getting to the one complicated spot in this level. These flame turrets, they will respawn shortly after you destroy them. That power-up is just the blue reflecting laser, which could be useful at this bit, but you can see you need to bait those two to shoot and then move up, because there's the bait before they can shoot them. I have to release the pot to be able to hit the cannons down here. If I use the reflective laser, I could just hit them from a safe position, but the thing is, next level I prefer to have the more powerful laser at the beginning, so it's just working with what you've got. Not too difficult once you get the hang of it. But then again, most things are not as difficult once you learn them. So level 4. I have no count on how many hours I've played this game to get the hang of this level. As you can see, those red metal thingies, they spawn barriers behind them, which is rather obnoxious. Because when you are evading shots and enemies and things like that, and you suddenly have one of those coming charging at you, it is very easy to lose your cool, I should say, and fly into something. So another speed up I avoid. Memorization is the order of the day in this game, which is not uncommon for any kind of game actually, but the only element of luck involved is angle of shots from enemies. All enemies spawn from the same locations and move in the same patterns. So, the boss. I could have done this easier than I did. I could have fired my drone into the middle of it and start hammering away, but I was more focused on the green dots that I wanted to get rid of, so it's only slightly, it's nothing major. And again, I could have done this faster by pulling the parts in my craft and blast it away, but alas, wasn't to be. Level 5, coming up. A relatively straightforward level. Again, once you learn the patterns. Another speed up, which you definitely avoid. If you don't hit those snake things in the head, they will break apart and then suddenly you have, as you can see, multiple parts to deal with, so that was closer than I liked. There will be two enemies spawning, one from bottom and one from top, and the important thing is not to try to evade them, because when you charge straight into one of the lasers and fire at you at the same time. Remaining cover under fire, I think, is the key in this game. It's another speed up. You won't be seeing it in this video, but there are 1 to 2 checkpoints on each level. If you die, you lose all weapon upgrades and speed upgrades, and that is why you will see certain power-ups showing up more than you would necessarily expect. The boss, I don't know why, but the boss music didn't play here. It will send those things at you, and if it manages to corner you, you are up to famous quick. Outside that, it's not too complicated as long as you move around it. So. Entering the most complicated level? I wouldn't necessarily say difficult, but yeah, I mean the difficulty lies in the fact that you are trying to stay alive from being shot at and navigate the maze, which is, it's not much of a maze because, well, I suppose it depends on what you define as a maze, but this is where luck can enter the equation, because as you can see, it's quite tight, and having an enemy angle a shot at you when you are trying to avoid smacking your face into a wall is always exciting. One thing I will note is that it probably looks like my craft should have been hit a few times. But it appears that the hitbox on the craft can be, I'm not saying it is all the time, but it can be somewhat generous. I am not cheating in any way, shape or form. I am a firm believer of the fact that if you have to cheat to win, you've already lost. So this is practice the hard way. many frustration experienced. So, end of level is not much of a boss, it's these mechanical things, whatever they are. There's a set number, I never bothered to count them, to be honest, but once they have been destroyed or have left the level, the level is done. Notice that as soon as the level ends, the graphs starts blinking, and that's because you are invulnerable. It's a nice little way for the game to make sure that you don't screw up by being excited over killing a boss and blasting yourself. So, another speed up part you definitely avoid. This is one instance where this weapon isn't very useful. Those explosions you see will likely kill you if you fly through them, so don't do that. And now we come up to the most difficult part of this level, I would argue. It's not so much difficult as it's evil, because first time you get to this point, well, it doesn't really matter if you're on your last life or not, because dealing with these waves without having help from additional firepower is not very fun. As far as I've gathered and tested and tried, there's no individual point in the game where you cannot carry on from if you die due to losing all your weapons, but it is very difficult. So, the end of level boss, not much of a boss, more of a junkyard, which I actually find is quite cute. You see parts of the enemies you've been fighting. So, end of level 7, so we are now entering the final level, which is surprisingly easy. I don't know whether the designers thought that you've been fighting through 6-7 levels of madness, so time to take it easy. Of course you can't fall asleep easy mode thing. That's the challenge of the level. You have these guys spawning from the sides, charging at you, and this is where we take the second speed up, because of the boss on this level. That starting goes across the screen. You get one that comes towards you, and then the others will just spawn like that. Nothing too impressive. I took a third speed up, but I'm fairly sure only two will make any difference, so. And a boss fight. That thing is semi-homing, and it can make your life rather miserable. Miserable. Words are difficult. So, we've beaten the game. Hooray! I probably made it look relatively simple, but it took a good few hours practice to get to this point. And we get a high score, hooray! Not only do we get a high score, we get the high score, haha! I feel amazing! But that was a look at R-Type. Definitely one of my all-time favorite shoot 'em ups. The Amiga version at least. Also the arcade version. As for now, thanks for watching, take care, and hope to see you again. Bye bye.